In that 3-year span of us going to the middle school we went to, I did lose a lot of friends to jail, to death. And that's a lot. And I never fully processed that in my head that other kids that were the same age as me didn't make it out of middle school alive.
Middle school, yo. Crazy.
Crazy.
Crazy. Crazy.
When I think about it as a 52-year-old man, I'm like, that's crazy. I started losing friends at 13 years old. And it never stopped after that. It never stopped.
Nope.
That is mind-boggling for me to think of that now.
Yeah.
Like, damn.
Yeah, man.
And now that I'm older, I'm like, we really should have got help. They really should have had counselors up there for us, man. They really should have. That was a lot for a 12 and 13-year-old kid to deal with back then, losing friends to gun violence in the 80s. And we had no help.
No.
We had nobody say, how do you feel about this?
Yeah.
Like,
I'm sure, man. You know, it's crazy you say that, because when it was happening, I'm sure my mom and pops didn't know how to deal with what was going on. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I do remember like not having no one to talk to, and just kind of like this is life. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So,
it just became a day in the life.
Yeah.
And you just prayed that it wouldn't happen to you.
Yeah.
But it didn't. You almost had to put up a shield or some armor to kind of get you through it mentally. Like, I'm just gonna tough this shit out.
Word.
And no 13-year-old should have to tough out losing friends. You know, over this. I remember one summer. I want to say this is the last summer we was up there. So it might have been 85, 86, whatever shit. I lost 4 friends that summer, same age as me.
Oh, wow.
So, and I'm talking about from School Street, like from where I'm from. And nobody asked me how I was doing about that.
School Street a lot then too.
School Street was cracking.
Yeah.
It was cracking.
Yeah.
We had OGs, we had youngsters, but nobody asked me, including my parents.
Right.
How do you feel about this? What's going on with you?
Right. Right.
These are dudes you was hanging out with and they're gone forever.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that? Not one person asked me that shit.
It's crazy.
So I had to just get through it and just deal with it, process it in my own way. Right. And I know even to this day at 52, there's some of that I still haven't completely processed of losing those people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm sure.
It's a lot of it, because my mother had a daycare for almost 40 years, right? Okay. So not only was these kids from the neighborhood, they went to my mother's daycare. Oh, wow. So I seen them every day.
Yeah, you was really.
And at school, and at Fruitvale on the playground. So we talking about somebody that's ingrained into my life.
Oh, yeah.
Gone.
Yeah, it's like losing a sibling.
Yeah, it's basically like losing a sibling, and to the point to where I was losing so many friends that my mother stopped taking me to their funerals. Oh, she literally was just like, we're not doing no more funerals. Wow. Because you come back sad, different. You don't want to talk for weeks after that.
No, the youngsters should be going through that.
After about the 6th person that passed away, by the time I got about 14, 15, she was like, we're not doing no more.
Yeah,
we'll send them flowers and cards and shit, but you ain't going no more.
Yeah, the only time you should be going to funerals is, the elderly.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Only old people.
Because you can understand them living a full life, but not understanding people not living a full life, that's hard to swallow. So
part of the reason why I'm bringing up this story is that some of us, and I'm putting myself in there, even at this age of 52, sometimes things happen in life, stresses happen, and the way we deal with it makes us seem a little bit crazy, a little bit off.
Yeah.
But you don't understand where we come from. You got to be where we come from to understand why we process shit the way we process it.
Yeah, that part.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Pulling up to the red light and leaving just enough space to get up out of there. It's a reason why we ride like this. Strap in hand, leaving enough space to out of there.
Yeah, man.
Always looking in the rear view, whether you ride dirty or not. You in the rear view. You looking in the mirrors. We came from an environment that if you wasn't on point like that, that's your ass.
That's your ass, yeah. Real spit.
You done.
Yeah.
So spit. Now, when people who didn't grow up with me see me move that way, it looks crazy to them. Like, Chris, you legit. Your car tags. Man, I'm just from a different place, bro.
Different era.
Different era. I'm always on point.
You're right.
I'm always on point.
Yeah.
To a default, it's just setting my mind.
Yeah. Yeah.
be able to get up out of there, no matter what happened.
Hey.
Get up, never get stuck. Always be able to get up out of the situation.
Hey, that's funny you mentioned that, man. I remember last year when like it was really getting really bad with the jacking. Okay. Some SUV pulled up in front of me, and you know, with the gentrification, they got these little dividers right at the stoplight. These little, I don't know what they look like poles, but they really soft. You can move it, but
flexible stuff.
Yeah. So I remember the SUV stopped. The light turned green, but the SUV stopped in the middle of the intersection, and I was almost close to where those little dividers were, but I was backing up just in case this SUV tries something. You know what I'm saying? But